Jamie King did a sit-down interview last week with a YouTube channel called Taty Talks, and she talked about a few things in this interview. She started off with her upbringing and how she's from Ohio, her new show that's about to air on Hulu in a few months that's supposed to be featuring another famous rapper's mom. I'm interested to know who that is. She talked about Melly's childhood, his love for music, how much he loved family, how much he loved his friends, et cetera, kind of like a bunch of positive stuff, if you catch my drift. It's like she tried her best to stay away from anything negative and paint Melly in a positive light. But I can see where the interviewer, the girl Taty Talk, was trying to go with this interview. See, the interviewer tried to ask Jamie serious questions. She wanted to know what was going on with this murder. She wanted to know the facts in the case. And somebody should have encouraged her that this wasn't a bright idea. I'm talking about Taty Talk, because if you think that this woman is going to sit down and talk about an open case that she's involved in, a double homicide, you kind of crazy. And you see, once she started asking her serious questions, Jamie instantly puts the wall up like, no, I can't talk about that. It's an open case. It's still a lot of stuff going on, as she should. So I can't even really just knock it. And if you go look at that video right now, that interview, and you go look at the comments, it ain't no comments to read because she done turned the comments off. Because they were bashing her, this Taty Talks girl, real hard in the comments. Just telling her how she ain't a good interviewer. She asking police questions. It's like you on Fed time. It's like a weird interview. It just hit 1,000 today. She got like 180 subs. I've been trying to figure out this whole time like why Jamie decided to just speak out now and sit down with somebody like her and just talk about all this crazy stuff. I'm not gonna go in on Jamie like I did in my video yesterday, but I want y'all to pay close attention to what I'm about to play, because Jamie commented under my video yesterday insinuating that Spoon, Juvie's father, didn't show up to the funeral because he was feeling some type of way about money, I think. And as you can see in my comment section, that didn't go unnoticed, because not only did Spoon respond, other people started asking her questions as well. And I got a real question and a theory that's gonna mess y'all up when it comes to what she did under my video and what she don't realize about what she did. But stay to the end of the video. I'll talk about that later. Right now, I'm gonna let you hear part of this Taty interview where Jamie basically saying right now that she's been getting death threats from Spoon and how he been cyberbullying her. And once I play this, I'm gonna let you hear his response and what he said when he saw her video he just made today. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment down below. It's T-RaeTv, man. Over here, I don't spin narratives. I just say what I feel. Let's go.
You guys were cool with the families up until that point?
Even after he got arrested, like there was like, he didn't do this. There's no way that he did this, and now once lawsuits and things get involved, then everybody changes, because we're being sued. So
for what?
For wrongful death. I'm being sued too.
Why are you being sued?
I'm trying to figure that out to this day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You
didn't even do anything.
Nothing.
You weren't even there.
I wasn't even there. I don't even know, but I'm being sued too.
And realistically, you don't even know what
happened.
I feel like you don't even know what happened either. Everybody can speculate. Everybody can have their opinion on it. Everybody can think what they want. But at the end of the day, like, only whoever was there would know exactly what happened.
Exactly.
At what point in time after Melly was arrested for this did the other families kind of like switch up with the narrative that they thought like originally happened and that he didn't do this?
It was a while. It like I said, it wasn't until they filed the wrongful death lawsuit against my son, his manager, me, the dogs, the cats, everybody. I swear it's about 20 people listed in this lawsuit.
How?
I don't know.
How is everybody like responsible
Everybody
for this?
is listed in this lawsuit. I think everybody at the studio, they might be suing the studio. I don't know. They might be suing the tires on the car. I don't know. it's a huge lawsuit. And the lawsuit has been going on just as long as the case has been going on, which is another thing I've never heard of. Like, who files a lawsuit before the case is even finished?
Yeah, before it's even proven that he did or did not do this.
Yeah, just wasting money because I still have to pay for a civil attorney.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So how long can this go on for? Like them suing everyone that they what? How are all these people being sued for this?
I don't know.
That doesn't even make sense. I mean, I don't know.
You should see the paper. It's like probably 10, 15 names on this.
And is there an amount
paper
of money they're trying to get specifically for this? Or is it just like one of those things that
10, 20 million? Like, it's up there.
Damon wants everybody to know that Spoon is trying to sue her. Not only her though, he's trying to sue Melly, Track, the label. They basically coming at everybody. She named a few names and she started being petty. But on a serious note, this is a real civil case that's going on. This is a real civil lawsuit. Only thing you gotta do is look it up online. And from what she's saying, up until the point of Melly being arrested and after he was arrested, she had no issues with nobody. The family was cool with everything. Next thing you know, everybody just wanted some paper. Everybody just wanted some money. And I'm sitting up here when she say that, like, you think? For somebody who ain't got no money or somebody who ain't got no bread, like you trying to play broke, y'all sure had a lot of cheese to pass out when Felicia Holmes was, you know what? I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut. The interviewer asked her, did she have any idea that the family would do something like this? Meaning, like, I guess she's talking about suing them for wrongful death and stuff like that. Listen to her response, because this is when she talks about Juvie's father and how she about to sue him for harassment, cyberbullying, and all these threats he been making. Like, y'all check this out.
You said you guys were cool leading up to like that happening. Did you have any idea that like they would do something like that? Like the families would do something like that? Or did you talk to them after they did this?
No, I'm not allowed to talk to them.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
No, I haven't talked to any of them. I mean, Juvie dad has like this podcast where he does a lot and he's constantly slandering me, which I'm getting ready to file charges against him because it's literally cyberbullying and harassment. And I spoke with my lawyer about it. Like, it's to the point where like it's overwhelming. The amount of things that he says, the amount of lies that he tells, and it's really not fair, because I even one time just said to him on his thing, because I don't talk to him. Like, I try to ignore these people. I try to ignore everything. If you ever notice, like, I be really out the way to myself. I don't be just talking about them or the case or anything that's going on. Like, it sucks for both sides. It's not okay. This whole situation is terrible for both sides. But for someone to constantly attack me when I'm not speaking on anything, constantly calling me names, constantly sending threats. Like this last one that he sent threats and talking about, if I come back to Vero type situation with guns and different things like that. I'm like, okay, this is too far. I literally said, you could feel how you want to feel about my son because you lost your son. I get that. No one knows what happened, but please stop. Yeah, like, stop bullying me. And he made a whole nother thing about it, calling me all kind of cuss words and names. And it's just like, it's childish. It's like, I get it. You're trying to get clicks and likes, but, I have a lot of anxiety. I work a stressful job as it is. I'm still trying to be strong for my younger son and everything, and still be strong for Melly and be there and support him, and having someone from that side, and people are going to, feel some type of way because that is one of the victims' father, or whatever, or however you want to call him. It's not okay. Like, stop using my name to get clicks and likes.
Yeah. So do you feel like you're getting kind of the same treatment from like both families or both victims?
No. Honestly, Sack Chaser family don't really do much on social media. They don't really say too much, They, they kind of don't, they're suing me too, but
Yeah.
they are not
Engaging in the social media.
with that. And I think they have a different lawyer than Juvie's family have, who's not as like aggressive in like social media type or whatever, because even the family's lawyer is like over the top. Like he does the most, like these elaborate stories about me and different things. And I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So before Melly got arrested for this, he had a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
At the time. Did you know the girlfriend? Did you meet her?
Who? Mariah?
Mariah. Yeah.
Oh, that's my baby.
Yeah.
Love her to life.
So you still are?
Yeah, I
cool
still love
with
her.
Mariah?
Like, that's
How long were they together for before this happened?
way before Melly was Melly, when he was just Jamel.
So for a while.
Yeah, like they were dating since like 14.
And that was what we was 19?
Like Mariah lived with me and everything.
Really?
Yes, like she's
Was
been
she
there.
living with you guys at the time that this happened, that he turned himself in? Was she still living with you after
After he turned himself in, and everybody moved out of the Miramar house and everything, I had a house down in Miami or whatever, and she came and stayed with me.
Really?
Yeah.
So how was that? How was that after he did turn himself in?
I mean, we were all just sad and
Yeah.
stressed out. Like, and then it went from him turning himself in to they like, oh, now it's a death penalty case. So it was just like blow after blow, and it's right now to this day, it's still a death penalty case. They still haven't dropped that.
Right. So with Mariah, why, I mean, you said you're cool with her. Why do you think that she, because I seen that recently she was even like arrested for not showing up to court
Yeah.
to testify?
Yeah, but I don't know. Like when it comes to that, like she has lawyers to handle that
Right.
situation. So I can't speak on her situation and anything like that. Me and her, we don't really talk anymore because of the whole
Yeah, it's a
whatever
lot.
situation they have going on. But she knows that I love her, like regardless. Even though we don't speak and we don't see each other, she knows like that I love her,
So she got in trouble over, not showing up to testify.
They actually put her in jail.
Yeah, they did.
I didn't even know that you could go to jail for that.
Yeah, she was supposed to go to court. She didn't show up to court, and then they put her in jail for a little bit. And then it said that they made her sign something stating that she would show up to future court dates.
Well, she has an ankle monitor on.
Yeah. So they know.
Like she literally I just seen her beautiful like birthday pictures when her birthday passed, and she got this big old thing on her ankle, and she's such a tiny little skinny girl, and she's so cute, and it's like, this is so unfair. Like it makes her look like a criminal, and I don't like it.
Yeah, because they're saying that she's like a really good witness. She would be a good witness.
To what? She wasn't there.
Right. So
To what? That's to show you how much they're reaching on this case. You are relying on someone who was not physically there. That
Yeah.
was not there. And you're going after death penalty.
yes.
Yeah.
What are fully the... No, you know what? I have a different question first. They had said that Melly was heard in phone calls, like jail calls. And
They dropped that case.
Yeah, and they thought that he was referencing to her.
That case is over. I'm not speaking on it. The state actually dismissed that case.
Yeah, I seen that they were trying
Yeah.
to like hit him with witness tampering.
That's just another way to delay the trial. Because when they
Yeah.
did that, guess what? The other trial got delayed.
Why do you think the trials keep getting delayed?
Because they don't have a very strong case. So you keep delaying it until, Melly's in very harsh conditions. Melly does not have phone calls. He has not had phone calls for the last almost 4 years. He's in isolation still. Most people go crazy after 60 days in isolation. He doesn't visit his family. He don't get to see us. He sees us when we come to court.
Why do they do that though? Like, why is that the case?
We tried to file a civil suit against the jail for that, but the jail makes their own rules. They hide behind the fact they say he is a threat to BSO security. So as long as they keep saying he's a threat to BSO security, they can keep him in this modified confinement where he's not with like other inmates. So he has no socialization. He doesn't get no other like human interaction, and he doesn't have phone calls with his family. He does get phone calls now with his lawyers, which is, super important. But we're allowed to write him little postcards and everything and send pictures, but that's it.
So 4 years?
Yeah, it's been
You have
4
not
years.
been able to talk over the phone?
No.
You have not been able to physically see him?
Well, in court, I see him, but you can't talk to him. And
Right.
if we, if they catch us like mouthing anything or, any like get in trouble by the bailiff. So just I just sit there and I just look at him and see how he's, try to figure out how he's doing. Cause it's not like he can be like, oh mom, I'm good. Da, 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 da. It's just like, all right, he looks healthy. He don't look like he got any bruises or black eyes. It like doesn't look like they, mistreated him. He's always going to be tiny, just a tiny kid. So, but no, I don't get him calling me and being like, "Oh, mom, I'm good today. I ate today."
She said she spoke with her lawyer. She tried to ignore him. Basically, he been bullying her, been calling her names, making threats, just the whole nine. And from my point of view, this is where I'll just put my little 2 cents in before I give Spoon's response to all this. From what I've seen, and I've been covering a lot of this Melly stuff, especially from the parents' point of view, the family's point of view. I don't really see no threat he done really made online. Now, if somebody done saw some threats, y'all drop it in the comments because I'm not taking no sides in this, like I say all the time. But to say that he been threatening you, I haven't seen nothing like that. I feel like she kind of just like put too much dip on the chip when she did that. She kind of like over exaggerated then. But y'all check out what Spoon had to say about all this, and then I'm gonna get back to y'all. And y'all let me know what
I
y'all
don't think you know the law. I don't think you're that bright, and you over there commenting on somebody else's channel talking about I never showed up to the funeral over money. Well, Miss Jamie, what money are you talking about? You talking about the money when you came to town and tried to pay off everybody? You, Track, and the bodyguard? You talking about you were so cool with the families? How about the day after when you showed up at Chris' mom's house? If you were so cool, why y'all had to show up with bodyguards? It was you, 100K Track, and a bodyguard, and y'all was armed. But you was cool with the families. You don't even know what was on everybody's mind at the time, but I did. I sat back and observed that whole situation and how it played out. And remember, y'all Track had called Melly on FaceTime, and I spoke with Melly over there in Orangewood. The projects that you say that you grew up in that I definitely never lived in. But I saw them boys on FaceTime lying like a motherfucker. And he didn't know he was a suspect from day of. You know that's a lie. That's why he never came around. That's why if he loved Sack and Chris so much, he passed straight through Guilford and went to Brevard County, never stopped to pay his condolences. He never showed up to neither one of them boys' funeral or anything but them his best friends. Y'all be so stuck on stupid. Then, as far as the funeral go, didn't Chloe go to the funeral? You remember Chloe? Okay, how did she get there? Where did she live at the time? Okay, you remember Judah, the baby mama that you backstabbed? My baby mama that you backstabbed? How about she know, because she called me that day and say, Chris, did you just drop off 2 people at this funeral? Yeah, that was me. And then I parked and I went in. I went in and walked all the way through the front door and sat at the front, in the front right next to Chris' mom. Yeah, I didn't stay that long because I had my own situation set up with Miss Hortense that your long mouth ass didn't even know nothing about because it's none of your business. I wasn't telling you my plays. I knew you was a snake in the grass. Motherfucker. Talking about, then what me going to the funeral got to do with money? Where the money come in at? Please explain that to me, because I'm lost. I know what y'all was trying to do, and I let the lawyers know that. I would let Moretti know that. Please. He called me and say, hey man, we know who killed your son. The investigation is over. We're putting the warrant out for his arrest. And I was like, who? Melly? He like, yep, Jamel Demons. I say, oh, can I please call and let his mom know? He like, yeah, go ahead. Because up until that point, he told me don't tell you, nobody nothing because you was trying to infiltrate. So I was throwing curves and saying all types of shit because I knew you was hanging around trying to get information because you knew that they had their eyes on nobody but Melly. Man, man, they sent me a picture the next day and asked me who was this guy. I showed everybody in the yard like, man, who the fuck is this? And they were like, that's Slim. I was like, who the fuck is Slim? And them little young niggas say that was Melly. Fuck is you talking about? That was the next day in Orangewood when the detectives was even had their boots on the ground. Y'all wouldn't even show up to the wakes or the viewing or none of that because y'all even told Chloe not to talk to the police, man. What are we talking about here, man? You know I know. You know I know. And you know I know you a snake in the grass. That's why me and you ain't gonna never see eye to eye. I know you advocating for your son. Do what you do. But I do know that you's a liar. You's a snake. You backdoored Chris. You backdoored Sack. And you doing everything in your power to get Melly off of murder. Now you trying to be technical. The ballistics, they didn't know, they don't have the gun, they don't know. Man, please. Chris got shot at point blank range from the nigga that was sitting next to him. What the fuck are you talking about? Then, what happened to the drive-by? Do you know that Cortland's in jail right now? Serving 10 years, and he said it was a drive-by and they proved that to be false. Man, that's enough said right there. And this nigga here hiding in the bushes and called Fredo Bang to pick him up. Come on, man. Y'all just mad ain't nobody going along with that story. Cause I definitely ain't. Man, justice for Juvie, justice for Sack, and you talking about, I want to let you know that remember you went and got that food, you had the shirt on, the Juvie shirt after that. Do you know that all that food at the repast I paid for? Do you know I paid for that shit at the community center where they were serving that shit at? Do you know I paid for and went and picked out the plot where Chris is buried at? Don't you know I paid for the church and all you stupid ass, long mouth, retarded ass girl? And that came straight out of my pocket. Not no blood money, no payoff money, no nothing. Fuck is you talking about, man?
I don't know. Like, I feel like that comment that she left under my video, it was low-key cryptic. And this is why I give my opinion, because when you say something like that, it's kind of like you low-key saying that at some point Spoon was willing to take hush money for the death of his son, or y'all was trying to pay him under the table to just keep things on the wraps. And I don't want to say that's what you saying, but to why would he do something like that when, if we going off facts in the case, this is a victim versus a suspect of a murderer. Y'all ain't on the same side, so why would he be in cahoots? And this is his son. If y'all get what I'm saying? So why would he be in cahoots with you to take money on any level and just throw all this stuff under the bridge? And then for you to say that, it's like, man, you do realize, like, in your own words, this is still an open case. So in so many words, it's like you definitely are like saying to a certain degree, y'all were paying people off. And that he was taking money too. He was willing to take a little paper up until he felt some type of way about something that made him not show up at the funeral. I'm confused on it. I'm confused, and I feel like she ain't the best look for this Melly Kemp and his team, and being a representative, an advocate, like whatever. Like, somebody really need to tell the lady to shut up, man, because you involved in this case, lady. You are the person who they saying got one of the very first calls after all this stuff happened. You and I'm gonna do another video too, because if you pay attention to this interview, she go into a little segment of how she got so much love for Mariah and how much they need to back up off Mariah. Mariah ain't got nothing to do with it, and I wonder why you feels like that, man. I'm trying not to just get over stimulated? Because this interview is dumb, man. This interview is dumb. So dumb. It's so dumb. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm gonna do another video because I gotta break down too what she said about Mariah. I like reading in between the lines of what people say. I like looking at things not just surface level, but on a deeper scale. See, this woman came here trying to spin the narrative. She wasn't expecting to be asked no questions about the murder case before she able to paint the picture the way that she want to paint it. So when Taty, you know, and like I say, hats off, you know, she didn't really, her tone and how she asking Jamie certain questions, she ain't good at what she do, but she tried. So I ain't gonna even just sit up here and just act like it's the worst interview. It's hard to get through at a certain point, but if you just lock in and pay attention to Melly's mom, that's who your main focus need to be on. This lady full of shit, man. She full of shit, for real. And, you know, to put the disclaimer out there, Melly has not been accused of nothing. He's still innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, so I'm not saying that he killed Sack or Jew, but if you listen to the family, if you listen to a person that's really advocating from a passionate standpoint, because they the victims, man, these folks feel like your son did that. And when I be covering that, you know, and just looking at it from that point of view, I lean towards their emotions sometimes. It's like, man, how can people sit up here as fans, I'm gonna keep on preaching that, consumers, viewers, we don't know these people, and just holler, free somebody. Free this person, free that person, just because we like their music, just because we a fan of what they do on a global scale. When you look at this situation and what's going on, if you were to take away the fame and success and put yourself in this family shoes that lost 2 sons, 2 cousins, nephews, brothers, cousins, whatever, you understand a lot of how the family feel, and you be like, to hell with that fame shit. Like, this wrong. And the way that they going about it, thinking that just because this boy is famous, he's supposed to just get off, it's crazy. It's crazy. But you can tell too, it's like a little sidebar, you know, to bring it back down. I feel like Spoon watch my videos sometimes, even though this dude don't know me. I ain't never ran a conversation with him ever off the radar at no point. Now, comment under some of his videos, yeah, I don't care who see that. I don't give a fuck. But I never talked to this dude. But if I listen to some of the stuff that he covers, some of the things he say, especially his last video, I can tell based on the things that he say, he understand where I'm coming from. He said this, he was like, you know, nobody is mad at you for advocating. He said nobody is mad at you for advocating for your son, advocating for your kid. I've been saying it the whole time, just like he fighting for his child and his passing and his demise. So nobody is sitting up here really just saying like Jamie wrong for, you know, just want your son to. It's fucked up to say come home, because man, a lot of people feel like this man did that, but you can't say as a mother she wrong for wanting to see her son, want to hold him, touch him, want to be close to him, because she ain't talked to him or heard from him no update on his well-being in like 3-4 years. That's kind of crazy. But I said, you know, in my last video, that just karma off of what y'all doing now when y'all trying to spin narratives. Little do you know. And when it was the witness tampering and all that stuff going on. So I hope people sit back and understand and realize that this is a serious case. And when you got people that's talking and advocating like Jamie, that's a part of this case, and like one of the key people in all this paperwork, this lady done been depositioned and everything. Like, man, go on Broward County's website. You will see this. Matter of fact, I'll make it easier for you. Check out my 30 video series that I've done on this. That woman's name is all over this shit. But she had Melly when she was like 14 years old, so she ain't that old herself, you know. She ain't mature. No, I feel like when you have a child at that age like that, your kid be more so of your friend, damn near on a intimate level that people don't understand, more so of versus being your child and you doing some real parenting. I ain't trying to say that in no fucked up way, and I'll be honest, like I say that from experience of having people in my family who had kids at a young age. It's like you have a certain type of love for your child where you don't grasp the common sense of things being on the righteous side. It's like you still a child when you had them, so the way that you think, your mind hadn't fully developed yet. That's all I'm trying. It's like you fell in love with the child instead of learning how to parent and raise them. If that makes sense, without sounding fucked up about it. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. This is T-RaeTv. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment down below. This is kind of crazy to me. Wow. Like I keep saying, it don't make no sense to me at all whatsoever what's going on as far as her speaking out and feeling like what she's saying, people are going, oh, she, man, free that man, or man, I hate he going through that. The only people saying that is the Gen Z era. Because the only thing that they know is the music. They don't care to look deep enough into, like, you got Gen Z people, you got Gen Z kids in this era right here, I feel like, don't even know the severity of the situation and all the details of what's going on with this case. They just like Melly for his music. Same thing with a person being a fan of Dirt, when you might have grasped who Dirt was after Von died because you like Von more than Dirt. Von was like your favorite rapper because we was like going into an era, like a new era crash out during COVID, where it was like that shiesty era and all that. So, man, I look at stuff like a whole different way. So these kids, they ain't sitting back, they ain't caring about what, like, I literally be seeing comments where you be having people saying like, man, I know he did it. I know he killed his two friends, or he might have blown their brains out. But dang, he been in jail too long. We need some new music. Free him. That's when your parents should take your phone from you, or somebody that know you, see you posting it and just walk behind you and just like go, like just straight just go on your shit. Like just hit you for real. Because what the fuck do you mean? If it was your family, if you was in them shoes, if that was one of your people, would you care enough to say, would you feel so much sympathy for them to say freedom based on how talented they is, or would you want straight justice because of how your family feel? Y'all gotta think about the shit that y'all say, man. I'm gonna close it right here, man. It's T-RaeTv. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good night. Y'all stay safe. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I'm out.